It would be fun because you literally got to live through history through what you find. So
no, it's cool. You're excited every time you find something.
Really enjoyed the entire experience.
For 2 weeks in the summer of 2015, students from Trent University Durham, under the supervision of Dr. Helen Haines, performed an archaeological excavation at Henry House, one of the 3 buildings that comprise the Oshawa Community Museum.
I think the Henry House excavation is important for many reasons. One, it's important because it sort of maximizes the cultural heritage and our understanding of cultural heritage for Oshawa by providing very detailed information about the Henrys and the people who lived here, that things that they wouldn't record, like what they ate, did they burn coal or wood, did they hunt, could they afford domesticated meat from butchers, things like that. So it really sort of fills in some of the gaps in Oshawa's history. It's one important aspect. I think it's another important aspect because it shows students that historic archaeology is still valuable archaeology. It gets them out into the community, it gets them to appreciate their own cultural history here in Oshawa, and it really encourages the members of the public who walk by and see us to get a better understanding about Oshawa's history and value the cultural history that's here for them.
So I decided, I thought Henry House would be good because, like she said, it's 2 weeks long. You just kind of get a feel for the job and see if it's really something that you want to do. One, do you like to get your hands dirty? Like, there are people who think, oh yeah, archaeology will be great, and then you get out in the field and you have to shovel and dig and trowel, and they're like, I am not about the dirt. I will stay in the museum. Thank you very much.
Because I'm afraid of bugs and it's Belize.
Fair enough. This was a nice transition.
I'm going to Belize, but there's a process of getting ready to go to Belize.
So
I can't hate both the archaeology and the bugs. I need to know that I like one of them before I go.
Okay, so this was a nice, easy transition.
It's easy and it's nice and close. That's a good thing. It works throughout the fall semester, the course, which is great. I get to get a credit for it and I don't have to take so much time off work for the summer. And it's also really neat because it is kind of, I mean, I'm not from Oshawa, but it's local history, which is kind of really neat to find out it's closer to being my history than someone else's.
I chose anthropology as my major, not archaeology. I'm surprised how much I actually did like it. I knew I would enjoy it, but I'm liking it enough that I'm actually reconsidering what subfield I want to go into. I've been previously considering linguistic anthropology.
I guess how exciting it was for every small find, every tiny little piece of ceramic, especially at first. Every little nail was exciting. You think, you know, oh, it's just another nail, but like, no, it's cool. You're excited every time you find something.
What surprised me most about this dig was the fact that we didn't find the wall we were looking for where I thought it should be, but we potentially found it where, well, at least we potentially found it on one side of it, but I was actually expecting it to be on both sides, so that was a little bit surprising. I think that's the most surprising thing this year.
And the thing that actually surprised me the most is I like the dirt. I like the dirt. It's fun. I like digging. And then, like, the surprise or the feeling that you get when you think you found something, and you're like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, and you start digging a little faster because you're like, what is it?
It's like opening a present.
Exactly. It's that's great surprising feeling.
I think just the fact that that is my first field experience. So just kind of learning in those first little oopses and figuring out, you know, the methods and all that. Just getting my first chance to dip my toes in.
A couple of really good finds in our unit, the large pieces of ceramic, the large pieces of bone that we found. In the second unit, a lot of pieces of ceramic very close to the subsoil layer that were huge and really complete. We might be able to reconstruct portions of it.
Oh wow.
Never finding subsoil in this godforsaken. Sorry, it just kept going. We found a piece of ceramic 5 minutes ago. Honestly, I had a really great time just learning the entire process.
We have been digging through our unit, which we call the hairy gorilla, because we have so many roots. It's ridiculous, and they're like either they're huge or they're teeny tiny little fine ones that look like hair. So we called it the hairy gorilla. And we've been seeing the other unit. They're pulling up bones, huge pieces of ceramics, and like we've gotten like things, you know, like nails, little pieces of ceramics, like interesting things. But oh my god, yesterday is when she finally coughed it up. Like we just found like chunks of it in this corner, and that was great. I got to finally use my trowel skills and stuff. It was fun.